Thank you everyone for joining. Welcome to the platform. We appreciate your time and your presence. Thank you for always coming to our platform. Thank you for liking our videos and sharing our videos. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Well, today we have some couple of videos to go through with the current event that is happening in Nigeria. And also, I'm hoping that I have some people that can join me on the platform today so that we can discuss on the issue that is actually plaguing our country. Nigeria is going through a dark moment. Nigeria is going through a painful moment, and so we cannot afford to keep quiet. The best that we can do at this time is to continue to speak because the government is not listening. The government is not paying attention to its own people. And it just begs on the fact that Nigerians cannot keep quiet. Nigerians cannot afford to keep quiet. We must continue to speak. We must continue to make our voices heard. Protest continues all over the country, and I honestly appreciate the people that have come out. For people like me that are from Oyo State, thank you for your support. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Thank you for your being there for your countrymen and your country people. Just injustice to one is injustice to all. So let us all put our hands together and save our people, because the government is not doing anything to help his own people. So the only thing that we can do at this time is to put ourselves together to ensure that we rescue our country and rescue our nation. Countries all over the world are doing their best for their own people. Only in Nigeria, you see criminals continues to loot, they continue to steal, and they will tell you there is no money in the country. And you ask yourself, okay, there is no money in the country, and you guys continue to loot the treasury. You guys continue to steal. So the money you're stealing, where are the money coming from? For quite a number of days now, children are being kept in kidnappers' den, and the whole place just remains silent. The government is not doing anything. Up until now, those children are still in the debts of the kidnapper, and we're just hoping that people can continue to speak. They can continue to make their voice heard for their own people, because the only way to go, honestly, is to make sure that we continue to speak truth to power. Because if we all keep quiet, these guys will destroy us. And so we cannot afford to keep quiet. We cannot afford to stay mute. The only way to go is to continue to speak, is to continue to make our voices heard. And hopefully one day we'll get things right and our country will be better. And so Nigerians, I beg you, please continue to speak. Continue to make your voice heard. Continue to let your voice heard, because when we keep quiet, these guys will take us for a ride. Thank you very much. Looking forward to a thorough conversation on this platform today. But please sit back, listen, and watch our videos. Thank you.
It's a lie.
So many people are saying the prayer they are praying is not working. But believe me, prayers are working. The point is we need to pray. You can't say that presidents or the vice presidents, or they are not doing what they have to do. They are working. You can't say they are not working. Even the security personnel, wọ́n lè ti débẹ̀, wọ́n lè ti gba, wọ́n lè ti súnmọ́ tòsí ibẹ̀ láti rescue àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Kó gùn bò wọ́n lójú kó má rí. That is the place of prayer. You can't blame one man that the Lord placed in a position. Oh, lè blame olórí MD doctor fún nǹkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní hospital. Oh, lè blame wá sọ pé it's the nurses, it's the clinical. You can't blame them. They can't oversee all.
Okay, first and foremost, I just want to give an advice. If you're a Christian celebrity, maybe you sing, maybe you're a drama artist, maybe you preach, especially when the people have been oppressed. Always, always, always be on the side of the people, because that is what Jesus did the whole time he was here on earth. He always sided with the brokenhearted, with the poor, with the people that are suffering. I'm not here to attack her. I've seen a lot of people attacking her on all her pages. I've seen people cursing her out. I personally think it is very, very important to address the mentality, the mindset that would make her say these things. You know, she talked about praying. We've been praying for Nigeria before I was born. We've never stopped praying for Nigeria. I'm also a Christian. I believe in the power of prayer. The problem is so many of our Nigerian Christians do not know the difference between what God can do, what prayer can do, and what God will not do that he has equipped us to do for ourselves. Beyond the prayer, there are things that we have to do. There are things that our leaders are supposed to do. Anyways, she said that you shouldn't blame the president for what is happening in the country, just as you shouldn't blame the MD of a hospital for whatever is happening at the hospital. It's obvious that a lot of Nigerians still don't understand that our leaders are supposed to serve. Whether you are appointed, elected, or you force yourself on the people, if you are a leader, you're supposed to serve the people. So the president, when he was campaigning, that is why he promised that there will be security. That is why he promised there will be electricity, because he knows that his job is to take care of security. But it looks like you don't know. You are thinking that he will do us a favor by doing his job. No, he's supposed to do these things. So the buck stop at his desk. You know, you perform all over the world. If you go to sing somewhere and the music is not coming out right, the drummers are not doing the right things, who do you think people will look at? You. They will say to themselves, can Yinka take charge of her band? They will not blame anybody else but you. It's the same thing with the country. If things are not going well in the country, we have to blame the people appointed, elected, or the people that forced themselves on us to govern us. It's also the job of the governors, the job of the lawmakers and all of them, but you cannot excuse the leader. You have to understand that that is his job, and if he's not doing his job, you are supposed to hold him accountable. A lot of people feel like what you said in this video is very insensitive, considering the fact that these children are still there. It's been 2 weeks. It will be 3 weeks this Friday. Some of these women would have been on their menstrual period, wearing the same clothes, no pad, nothing for them, and it's possible that so many of them listen to your music. It's possible that so many of them are in love with you. So for you to now say what you said, that people should not say that the president is not working, it is very insensitive. You need to know that if tomorrow you get kidnapped or anybody close to you, we're not praying that they get kidnapped, okay? But if it should happen to somebody close to you, regardless of everything that you said online, just know that we will not go out there to say that Nigerians should pray. Oh, Yinka Alashiyori is kidnapped, Nigerians pray. No. We will go out there and tell the government to do the needful to ensure your safe return. We'll keep calling out the government to ensure that your loved ones are safely returned to you. Alright, let me know what you guys think about this. Like I said, the goal of this video is not to attack her. Please don't attack her in the comment section. But there are many people with this mindset that, oh, we should not blame the government. Let's try to enlighten them. Alright, y'all. Peace out.
Gbé gbogbo ẹnu ẹ̀ sọ́hùn tó bá mọ̀ nǹkan tó máa sọ, kó wọnú studio kó máa lọ kọrin. Ó jáde ó ń sọ pé kí wọ́n máa gbàdúrà, kí Nigerians máa gbàdúrà. Really? So àdúrà nìkan tí ọ̀rọ̀ Nigeria gbà báyìí. Gbogbo àwọn ìlú tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ṣọ́n sọ fún ẹ pé àdúrà ni wọ́n ń gbà. Gbogbo àwọn ibi tó ti travel outside the country, ṣé àdúrà ni wọ́n máa ń gbà kí everything kó tó máa lọ bó ṣe yẹ kó lọ? Nǹkan tó ń ba ìlú yẹn jẹ́ nìyẹn. Tébí bá ti ń pa ẹ́, lọ gbàdúrà. Tára ẹ̀ ò bá yá, lọ gbàdúrà. Tí insecurity bá wà, lọ gbàdúrà. Mi ò blame ẹ. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ ẹ ló wà níbẹ̀ yẹn, o ò ní jáde kó máa sọ pé kán gbàdúrà. O tún sọ pé kán máa gbàdúrà fún president, kán máa gbàdúrà fún bàbá 90. Bàbá tó ti ń jẹ ayé, tó yẹ pé ayé ni bàbá ń jẹ for many years. Ohun rèé kò tó rèé, kán tún máa gbàdúrà fún. Mi ò blame ẹ. tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ ẹ wà ń bẹ̀ mo tún sọ o ò ní jáde kó a máa sọ pé kán máa gbàdúrà.
wọ́n ti sọjí orí wọn ti gbé Donald Trump come and rescue us Donald Trump we need you in the time come àṣemọ́ àgbẹ̀rẹ̀ ìsìnmọ́ àgbọ̀wọ́ mọ́ ìyẹn ti tó jẹ́ tẹ́ẹ̀bẹ́ sọ̀bọ̀ dànù ní Tinubu ti ṣẹ̀wọ́ Ṣèyí Mákindé ti kówó jẹ àwọn bọ́ọ̀sì padà lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ omi ló máa gbé ẹ lọ.
K said, and I quote, he said, I will put fire in your state, Governor Ṣèyí Mákindé. I will put fire in your state. And now, this kidnapping, this picking our children and the teachers happened the week that Governor Ṣèyí Mákindé is supposed to declare his candidate. That was the date these people were kidnapped in Oyo State. 3 days ago, this same Wike mocked Governor Ṣèyí Mákindé that Shebi, I told you, I will put fire in your state. Add 1 + 1 + 2 plus the dates, add it together. Wike's boy came out on national telly to say maybe it's Governor Makinde that arranged the kidnapping. Are you following this story very well? So that means, how can they even think that deep? And don't forget, that same River State, when Wike was governor, the kidnapping there passed the whole kidnapping within Nigeria at the time. Think. These politicians, they can do and undo. How can one man say we put fire on a state, and 3 days ago he was mocking that same governor, after knowing fully well that a teacher they just beheaded a teacher, children, infants are in the bush? How can he still come out 3 days ago to say, Shebi, I told you I'll put fire? You are getting the fire now. Nigerians, we have to shine our eyes. We have to shine our eyes well. If we say we dey country where law they work, I'm sure DSS or police for don't call Wike now for questioning. What a word. Because of power, you not turn you not safe to say me God. We have to stay on the streets till we get answers to all our questions this time. Government must talk to us. You know, it's not election. Election is honest. Federal government gives Governor Ṣèyí Mákindé 1 billion every month for security votes. That 1 billion is enough to fund state police. Is enough to pay salaries of state police. But they refuse to. They are still holding on to it up till now because of their second term. So they don't care about how many people work by. They just want to get second term. This power show, they must get to the root of
it. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not an ordinary election you're having. If Obi doesn't win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not an ordinary election you're having. If Obi doesn't win, forget Nigeria.
Yes. Listen, let me say this. If any of you collect money to go and vote, I hear people say, now money I go chop. The money you ate before is only for 1 week. If it go last you. One day. One what? What are the rest of the 4 years? Never sell your conscience for money. Nigerians hear me. Now who give me money I go vote. After you eat that, they won't eat again. It's time not to sell your conscience. Don't vote party, vote who can deliver. And let Nigerians stand up for the first time and react against whoever wants to oppress you. Look, the revolution from mass is the worst revolution. When they stood up against Saddam Hussein, they could not stand it. When they stood up against Tunisian government, they could not stand it. When they stood up against Babangida and asked, we are young, powerful Babangida could not stand it. When masses say no, nobody can stand. If the masses say no, Babangida as a military governor, president could not stand. When students came out and said no, you must step aside. Are you there now? This time, vote who can deliver. Anybody who can what? I'm not a politician, I will never be one. But if you vote because they give you money, hey, it goes suffer. That's those who do that. I don't mean you. Those who take money. Who take what? Money. Judiciary has messed the system up. Please, some decent ones are still in the judiciary. For the first time, stand for the truth. Look, the day you die, they will mention your name. Some judges will be alive and will say, this judge, this judge, this judge, this judge. Can't a judge look, say, what would they remember me for? All this is you're doing. People clap for you now, they're in government. When they leave, they say, you see, this job is so corrupt. Do you like that kind of testimony? They say that judge does not do that nonsense. That's the kind of testimony judge you have. Now, you are collecting money. Don't think that people don't know that you're collecting money. Nobody in Nigeria will soon mention your name. Government is there for power forever. So even judges, straight. You citizen, is straight. Pastors, including pastors, because some of us are praying for the wrong people. We know this man cannot deliver, you still pray for him. Don't pray for a man who cannot deliver. Pray for somebody who has conscience. Who has what? If you like it.
You are fighting for your freedom. It's not an ordinary election you're having. If Obi doesn't win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not an ordinary election you're having. If Obi doesn't win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not an ordinary election you're having. If Obi doesn't win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not an ordinary election you're having. If Obi doesn't win, forget Nigeria.
Well, good morning to you, viewers from across the globe. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd. Nationwide protests erupt across Nigeria for the kidnapped students and staff of Orile. Governor Seyi Makinde addresses protesters in Ibadan, calling for unity and patience. And the world of music is in mourning. Legendary R&B icon, P.B. Bryson, the voice behind Beauty and the Beast and A Whole New World, has died at 75. Let's dive right in. I am Oji Okwe, and this is what's trending. Now, before we dive deeper, let's see what you're talking about right now. We've been tracking your conversations on X, Facebook, our YouTube live feed, and of course, Leke Leke. And 3 stories are dominating your timelines this morning. At number 1, the General Overseer of Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Adeboye, issues a clear ultimatum to Nigeria's security chiefs to fix insecurity in 90 days or resign. At number 2, INEC launches an investigation into the alleged unauthorized access to its voter registration database after Wike's aide, Larry Olayinka, posted screenshots of Nollywood actor Emeka Ike's private voter details online. And at number 3, female APC supporters are going viral for singing praises to the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, using the president's own campaign song, "On Your Mandate, We Shall Stand." Now, here is where you come in. Join the conversations. Use the hashtag What's Trending with Ojiokwe. Comment on our live feed. And of course, Leke, tell me, which of these stories matters most to you? Because for the next half hour, we're going into everything that has Nigeria and the rest of the world buzzing. But first, nationwide protest swept Nigeria from Bayelsa to Lagos as teachers, students, and concerned Nigerians marched in solidarity for the kidnapped students and staff of Orile in Oyo State. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has also weighed in. Let's take a look.
A business, and that is why it is not ending anytime soon.
That the state government, the federal government, anybody, they should get those children released and just sit down.
Nobody is safe in Nigeria today. They are coming for you. They are everywhere.
They have guns over there.
What on strike? Nobody
Pull together
in Abuja. Good morning.
Captivity.
That the state government, the federal government, anybody, they should get those children released and just sit down.
Nobody is safe in Nigeria today. They are coming for you. They are everywhere.
They have guns over there.
The abduction of school children and teachers in Oyo State, this is not merely an attack on innocent citizens. It is an assault on our collective humanity. Today we grieve the loss of two dedicated educators, Mr. Michael Oyedokun, who died in captivity, and Mr. Adeshan Adeboye, who lost his life during the attack. We also mourn the child whose life was cut short before its promise could be fulfilled. We share the pain of the bereaved families. Their collective loss is our loss. Their sorrow is our sorrow. Their pain is our pain. And so I want to commend the security services. If you move in there to wipe out the terrorists, you may end up wiping out the children. And so it might take a while to distinguish the chaff from the grains. So on behalf of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we extend our deepest condolences to Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and all the bereaved families and Nigerians. In fact, the entire school community in Nigeria, and particularly the government and the good people of our state.
That was the President of the Senate. Good morning, everyone, and good morning, viewers. I believe we have Benga Ashiru in Abuja. Good morning, Benga.
Good morning, Ojinika Okpe.
Fantastic.
So nice to be here with you.
Fantastic. Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning, Oji.
I have missed you.
I missed you too. It's been too long.
And our favorite Naija.
My girl.
Good morning. The nation is in mourning. Meanwhile, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde addressed the protesters directly, stepping out to meet the crowd at the state secretariat in Ibadan. The governor assured protesters that authorities were intensifying efforts to secure the release of the abducted pupils and teachers, urging Nigerians to remain united and warning against politicizing the rescue operation. Let's take a look.
So it's not the time for us to say, well, it is the president that should have handled this, it is the governor or the local government. This is a time to pull together as one. We're not dealing with normal human beings. How will somebody take a fellow human being and slaughter him? Is that somebody that is normal? Have trust in your government. We're doing our best. The response at this time should be to pull together, allow the government to see this through.
An FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, has sparked fierce backlash online after making controversial comments in the midst of the nation's pain and protests, addressing members of the Nigeria Union of Teachers at the FCT Administration Secretariat in Abuja on Tuesday. Wike warned the public not to politicize insecurity, questioning why there were no similar protests in Abuja when teachers were previously kidnapped in other states. Let's take a look.
You have said it here that teachers were being kidnapped in FCT before. Why is it that people never rose up to say, oh, let the teachers in Abuja also be released? So why is this one not particular? We're all concerned. We're all concerned, but let us not politicize issues. That's what I will not support. But we're all concerned about security situation. We're all concerned about how the teachers and students should be released. And we all know, without being biased, that the security system is doing quite a lot to make sure that they curtail the level of insecurity in this country. Again, let us face reality that no government will on its own say, let there be kidnapping every day. It's not possible. But we know where we children will find ourselves, and we know that this government will do everything possible that will normalcy return. So that's what I have to tell you people. So I have to say it now and let everybody hear me. You said it. You said it. That teachers in Abuja were kidnapped before. Nobody went on strike. Nobody went on strike. So what concerns you concerns everybody. What concerns Abuja also concerns everybody. So when it gets to our own, people should also rise to the same occasion.
Well, those comments did not land well with some users on social media. Well, human rights activist Omoyele Sowore, who joined the protest in Abuja, fired back, calling Wike a foolish man for telling grieving Nigerians not to politicize the abduction of their children. Let's take a look.
He's a foolish man, and I'm saying that in front of his office. He's lucky that I didn't meet him here when he was saying that rubbish. Revolution now. Yes. How can you say that you should not politicize when he himself is a product of the politics of insecurity himself? So, if he had said that while I was there, I would have told him to his face that you are a foolish man and let him do his worst. But he left before I got here.
Well, there are many, views to these comments. But before I come to you, Ayo, more on insecurity, and this time the church is speaking out. General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Adeboye, has issued a clear and direct ultimatum to Nigeria security chiefs, declaring, get rid of these terrorists within 90 days or resign. Let's take a look.
I'm talking to you as my children. If I were asked to make suggestions, I would say quietly to our government, move fast and tell our security chiefs, get rid of these terrorists within 90 days or resign.
All right, that's the general overseer there. Ayo, before I come to you, Adeboye went further, urging the government not just to target terrorists, but eliminate their sponsors, no matter how highly placed, declaring, when giving orders to the service chiefs this time around, make it clear that they should eliminate the terrorists and those sponsoring them. And this is a call that we've made several times on this table. Even when I spoke with General Christopher Musa, the Minister of Defense, he said the same thing, that they are gathering the list of those sponsoring terrorists, because once we uproot that in our system is, one step closer to eliminating the terrorists. Now, I'd like for you to comment on, I did present a bunch of stories, protests across the nation. Senate President, calling for also unity, as well as Wike. And I thought Wike's statement was quite weighty, because if you look at it on both sides, and this is the conversation I'd had, with some of my colleagues yesterday, about the fact that we are seeing these sort of abduction across the nation. And, it appears that Nigerians are fed up. It's either they are fed up or they're probably trying to politicize it as what Wike, as the statement Wike has made. Your thoughts on that?
All right. Thank you very much. A lot of things around insecurity, and of course, based on the protests by teachers. And it's well within their rights. I say this because beyond insecurity, it is a direct attack on education and aspirations for young people. Why? The last incident that happened in Oyo State involved students and teachers, children as young as 3 years old. Let that sink in. Children who do not know their left from their right in many instances. A teacher was killed. So definitely this is their constituency. They have a stake in this matter, even perhaps more than, has happened previously. I also raised the point earlier on that this is affecting WAEC SSC examinations. That's the senior school certificate examinations. It's meant to run from May till June. It's the May-June cycle. So students cannot go to school in some areas because of this. Some students are afraid. Some students have gone through, have this trauma based on what has happened to their colleagues in school. So you would imagine that this is education amongst the other myriad of issues that's plaguing education in Nigeria. We now have insecurity to deal with. The teachers had a right to go out to protest and down their tools that if you cannot secure us in our place of work, then we should not be going out there. You cannot have education. You cannot talk about the future of our children if they are not even guaranteed a future today because of the risk of being abducted if they do go to school. So that's one instance. The other, and I'm glad that largely was peaceful. They placed their demands and they were very, honest about their stance on this matter. With regards to Mr. Wike, I'm very disappointed. He's made a number of statements that would shock Nigerians. We've known him to be quite garrulous, in terms of the way he speaks. He doesn't hold no holds barred. But how can you say in one breath that you should not politicize the matter, and in the same breath do exactly the same thing that you say you shouldn't do. Give it a political coloration, and even having the audacity and even almost shamelessness of comparing the fact that, oh, teachers are being kidnapped in Abuja. Is that what we should be proud of? Should we be citing that as an example or a justification for why people should not go out and protest? There's only as far as you can push a man or a woman. After a while, they get to the wall, and the only thing they can do is to turn back and begin to react. And that is what this government does not want. We're trying to prevent a situation where Nigerians, who are perhaps the most long-suffering, endurance as our middle name, come to a point where they're saying, you know what, enough is enough, we cannot take this any longer. So you can have, they say every day for the thief, one day for the owner. You could have had hundreds of kidnap situations in Abuja, but one day, when the people rise up because of a lack of attention to the matter, you cannot blame them for coming out to speak and then begin to put a political coloration by saying, why is it happening now? No. Nigerians are angry.
Yes.
If he cannot read the room, Nigerians are sensitive, and anyone who puts a foot in the wrong direction will get it from them. And we don't want that to happen. We want to contain the situation so that we will not have a breakdown of law and order. Don't provoke the people any longer. If you don't have anything good to say, or you're not emotionally sensitive, then don't say anything at all.
Yes.
Rather than coming out and making statements like this, enough is enough. You have to be, it's empathy, understanding and action that Nigerians want at the moment, and not comparing. What kind of government are you saying, oh, we kidnap? What kind of resume is that? You should be ashamed of that fact, that people are being kidnapped on a regular in Abuja. You're saying that to justify why we, no, please. Yeah. This is not the time for that. And finally, on Pastor Adeboye, he said this earlier this year, actually, when almost immediately after Nigeria was designated as a country of particular concern. I watched that particular meeting. It was at their monthly Holy Ghost service, and it was speaking tough because, as always, because of the large influence that he wields, whenever a situation like this happens, people would ask, what are the pastors saying? What are the imams saying? Religious leaders in Nigeria play a critical role, whether we like it or not.
Yes.
And he was giving this ultimatum that rather than the US coming to come and do the work that the government is supposed to be doing, let the government take action and move on this matter.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the 90-day deadline has passed, and we haven't seen this done.
Right.
It is good for them to continue to speak up, and even behind closed doors, continue to hold these governors and governments and presidents, governors to account, because they have their ears. In some instances, they're even more powerful than House of Reps members, because they're closer to the people, they hear the voices of the people, and they also have the ears of the leaders. So he was well within his right to do so, and I hope that he will listen this time.
I hope so. I mean, the issue of politicizing this incident in Oyo State, and in fact, in the insecurity across Nigeria, is really my stance here. I don't believe that any politician should politicize this issue. And, you know, people that are going out to grieve and to protest have every right to protest. Now, I'd like to present my submission here. The kidnapping of children from their classrooms is not a political issue. It is a national emergency. Every child still in captivity is every Nigerian child. We condemn in strongest possible terms every act of terrorism, banditry, and violence against innocent Nigerians. To those holding our children, release them now. To our government, the nation is watching and waiting for results, not speeches. And to every Nigerian, this is not the moment for politics. This is the moment for unity. Our children need us to be one voice, one Nigeria, until every single one of them comes home safely. Now, Benga, I'd like to share some good news from the Department of State Services, and I want you to touch on that. Now, the Department of State Services has arrested 5 suspects, including 2 Nigerian nationals, linked to the November 2025 attack on St. Mary's Catholic School in Niger State, where nearly 300 students and staff were abducted. Recovered from the suspects were 15 AK-103 rifles and 1,434 rounds of live ammunition. Preliminary investigations confirmed the 5 men served as armed couriers to the gunmen behind the attack. The men identified as Yusuf Mohammed, aka Bature, who is on the list of wanted members of Boko Haram terror organization, and his accomplice, Mubarak Ibrahim, were arrested on the Zaria-Kaduna highway while on their way to collect a consignment of arms for their commanders. Goni Ibrahim, an international arms courier from Difa region in Niger Republic, was also arrested alongside his accomplice, Tukur Sani. I've been trying to take this story, Benga Ashiru, because it's important for us to also see the wins, and the fight against insecurity from our security officials. A quick comment from you before we move on to our next story.
Thank you very much, Jinika Okpe. When you look at the DSS recovery, the nature of the sophistication of 1,000 live rounds of ammunition and 15 AK-47, and the fact that you could see some involvement of foreign nationals in this recovery, it shows the international dimensions. And when we say here that it underscores the fact that we have some sleeper cells of ISWAP that have strong allegiance with the ISIS. This is one of the indications that is coming out. But more fundamentally, it underscores the fact that the country faces an existential threat. It's quite relieving that the country did not go to sleep, that investigations had followed the Papiri abduction. It's quite gratifying to see that there is a follow-up investigation on that. But nevertheless, it shows that there is an existential threat that threatens the survival of the nation. And I would want to say that, may I remind the president that he has that prerogative, that solid responsibility as provided by Section 14, subsection 1, that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary responsibility of governance. And just like the former president Obasanjo said, that a government that cannot secure his people does not worth existing. So I think that it demands urgency, it demands accountability, and it demands a strong sense of emergency. And you remember that we should not make a fetish out of this declaration of emergency, because in November 26th, there was a declaration of emergency. So Nigerians should begin to ask, what has come out of this declaration of emergency? What has come out of the declaration that 50,000 additional police units should be added? And also our call for state policing. Why is the government capitulating on this very laudable objective? We know that, that every initiative comes with collaterals, but nevertheless, this attack is something that comes with a geopolitical coloration. I leave it at there because of our time.
All right, Benga, again, I'd like to commend the Department of State Services, and of course, we want to see more wins from all the security outfits across Nigeria. Now to politics, Vimbai. The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, on Monday sparked a flurry of reactions on social media while speaking to women in Abuja, staunchly defending her record as someone who has held public office by calling herself a silent worker. The First Lady made these comments while speaking about the importance of women in politics, using her own political journey as an example. Let's take a look.
I've run elections, not once, not twice, thrice. The first woman to be in the Senate for 3 terms. I don't sing my praise, but I'm a silent worker. I'm not somebody who likes to say I'm in the press today, but I work hard. And if I tell you I work 7 days a week, I connect with the grassroots. And if you come and don't connect with the grassroots, and I will say, hit my chest today, I will still be the only woman who has ever done town hall meeting every quarter. I did that consecutively for a good 8 years.
All right, Vimbai, the First Lady of Nigeria, is saying she's a silent worker. Well, meanwhile, during that same event, a group of female APC supporters were seen singing praises to the First Lady, including the songs "Now Mama Bidiso" and President Tinubu's campaign song "On Your Mandate." Let's take a look. right, this video went viral. But you can see the First Lady there. She too got up to sing for her husband. Of course, it's the APC song. But you know that song, you know, became viral when she went to my state, Delta State.
Yes.
Now, Mama, so we know. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'm glad she stood up to also sing on your mandate, because initially it seemed as though the women were singing for her, and of course we know that as First Lady she doesn't
what's wrong
have
with her? Let's find out what's wrong with that.
There is no office of First Lady, so she doesn't have a mandate, not as a first, not in any constitutional capacity.
What about as an APC
but of
woman
course,
leader?
As an APC woman leader, it's not a nationally elected position. So on that, maybe internally where party dynamics are involved. But let me not digress. Let's focus on the real issues here. I think that it's unfortunate that it's a bit of a double jeopardy, because the optics of women getting involved in politics are increasingly important. We've been clamoring for women participation. We've been clamoring to get more people involved in politics. And so, these women meetings under normal circumstances should be something that we applaud and say, we look forward to more mobilization. But look at the backdrop of where the nation is at the moment, where we're saying that primaries happened, politicians, the Senate, the National Assembly even suspended activities so everybody could go home to their home states, to the grassroots to participate in primaries and so forth. This is of the backdrop of increasing insecurity that's now targeting more and more young people. So it's unfortunate that this, politics continues to go on while insecurity ravages the nation. However, on her being a silent worker, if you listen to any of the female senators, whether it be Senator Ireti Kingibe, whether it be Senator Florence Itagiwa, you know that for a woman to even get to Senate, let alone be there 3 times, is not a small feat. So I think that is very well in order for her to say that she is a silent worker. We've seen that even with the APC presidential campaigns, a lot of the states before they defected, we saw her going into those states to visit those governors. She had a number of philanthropic activities that she took part in before later we saw the news of the governors defecting. So there was soft power on display, and I don't think that can be challenged. I know we have to go, but very important point as I round up. RCCG, the Redeemed Christian Church of God, was trending yesterday. Of course, you brought the video of Pastor, the General Overseer, Pastor Adeboye. But this was also around, what made it trend more was the fact that people were challenging the General Overseer because they were saying, why hasn't he come out to protest? So RCCG yesterday was tweeting to say, it's time for us to stand our ground. We can't keep quiet. We're going to tell you. They clarified the fact that he never protested under Goodluck Jonathan, but that it was in 2020 under Buhari that he protested. And then he himself also spoke about his activity and protests and so forth in the past, and also how to connect it to Remi Tinubu. There was a claim that had been made that Remi Tinubu had blocked the church from protesting over insecurity. Yes, on social media.
She blocked
So RCCG yesterday came up to debunk all of that and say there was no protest that was banned or blocked by anybody.
All right.
Yeah.
I wish we had time to banter on this topic, because it's my producer saying I wish to. But as we wrap on politics, you weren't here when that faction of the PDP said that they want Goodluck Jonathan to run. And I'd like to read an open letter from the lawyer and activist Deji Adeyanju, publicly telling former President Goodluck Jonathan not to run for office. And I'll read that lengthy letter. He wrote, "I write to you as a well-wisher and someone who has long admired your leadership style and your commitment to democratic values. It is precisely from that place of respect that I feel compelled to say candidly that the growing conversations around your intended return to active presidential politics are worrying. Nigeria's current political climate is already fragile, and the PDP platform you're being linked with appears increasingly unstable and divided. As someone with your global standing and the respect you continue to command both at home and abroad, I worry that subjecting yourself to the roughness of another electoral contest at this moment may not serve your legacy well, even beyond questions of outcome. The process itself risks unnecessary controversy that could unintentionally diminish the statesman-like stature you have already earned. For those reasons, I sincerely hope you will consider stepping away from any such ambition and continue to serve in the higher role of an elder statesman on the continent whose influence is felt through guidance and wisdom rather than electoral contest. Everybody has a say in this matter. The lawyer has, except the man, but we are calling. I want to know. He needs to, is more than what? Is more than 2 days now. It was over the weekend when this. I mean, we want the president to either debunk the story or come out with his full chest. You know, full chest.
Suspense movie. Honorable he said that he wants to come out with a bang.
Yeah.
We're giving us all this suspense, and I'm like, what is this a movie?
No, it's not a movie, but we want to see. I want to know. I mean, I think Deji made a very good point that
the fact that
he's.
You know, when Keyamo advised the president as well, and they came for him that how dare you? Who are you to advise? And Mr. Adeyanju is doing the same. But we want to hear from President Goodluck Jonathan himself.
All right, the 2027 political movie continues. Coming soon. Now we're under milestones. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Welcome to the morning show here on Arise News. The show of Ogbomosho, Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye, has assured parents of pupils abducted from schools in Oyo State that security agencies and government authorities are intensifying efforts to secure their release. Speaking in an exclusive interview with Arise News senior correspondent Oba Adeoye at his palace on Tuesday, the monarch expressed confidence that the kidnapped teachers and pupils will be rescued soon.
And so we continue our special coverage of the aftermath of the abduction of more than 40 people from Oriri local government area of Oyo State, including school children and their teachers, by some, unknown gunmen, otherwise known as bandits. And joining us now to discuss the aftermath of that development and, talk about steps and actions being taken by people in authority, including traditional rulers, is His Imperial Majesty Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye Orumogege III, Shonwu of Ogbomosho land and the paramount ruler of the entire Ogbomosho zone, under whose authority we have Oriri local government and environs, that is the place where the abduction took place. Kabiyesi, thank you so very much for joining us on Arise TV. All right, Your Majesty, let us start this conversation this way. I know you have been, a school teacher yourself, and you are also a parent. And so when the news broke on May the 15th, what were your immediate reactions when you received information that children who went to school in search of, brighter future for themselves have not returned to their parent since May 15th? What are your, how did you take the news and what were your immediate reactions?
Like you said, I was a high school teacher, which most people don't know, from 1983 to 1988. I was a high school teacher in Ibadan. And of course, when these kind of things happen, the immediate thing that is, as a king in the area, in the land, you are the one you are first troubled. And your natural instinct is, so what can we do? What can be done? I was outside the country when this happened. Because I couldn't come immediately because I was doing medicals. But of course, I was always on the phone trying to get an update of what was going on. And speaking to, the actual fact, in this place, I had a meeting with the KBSCs and ballers and others in the zone. Called an immediate meeting on what should we do with what has happened? And so it's of disbelief because at times it seems far away from us. We've always heard about abductions and all of those things. But this one now comes home to you. And it's really the major one that has happened in the Southwest. And so a lot of attention has come on us as a people and as a town. And we're all seeking solutions to what has happened, which we have limited solutions to.
Before that particular incident, you said you were not around when the incident happened. But I know that long before the incident happened, maybe from report or from what you personally observed, were there any signs of security lapses, either within that community or around that community that you think could warrant the May 15th development?
If I've said that we've not heard about this going to, that it might happen, because we are 30 minutes to Ilorin. And of course, we were hearing what was going on in Kwara of adoption and of some villages being attacked by bandits. And so we felt that sooner or later it might happen. So the resources that we have, we channeled it towards the town's location, security. And we employed maybe 30 vigilante people to watch over the town. But unfortunately, this didn't happen within the confines of Ogbomoso town, which is, of course, Ogbomoso North, Ogbomoso South local government. It happened in the outskirts of it. So with that, the local area where it happened, it's a little bit difficult for them to have an organized security system. And what people don't also understand is that, or don't know, is that Owerri is supposed to be the second largest local government in Nigeria. So it's a vast land. Yes, and it has maybe over 500 small settlements, like the one that was where the abduction of the people happened. So it's a vast land and with a lot of villages that are there. So it becomes a little bit difficult to man that vast. And don't forget, it's the second largest local government, not only in Nigeria State, but in Nigeria. So that says a lot. There's a lot of bushes, forests, and it's a very arable land. So we have cows grazing. It's a lot of farmland. And because I said it's an arable land, so there's a lot of farming going on in the area. So it's just vast for anybody.
So many years before now, there have been an advocacy that traditional rulers, community leaders should be given specific constitutional roles, especially in the area of, community security and community coordination. In what way do you think this Owerri development has added to that particular clamor? You think the time for that, constitutional role, the pronouncement of that constitutional role, do you think the time has come, or we should wait any further for it?
Yeah, yes, amongst the many constitutional roles that I believe that monarchs can have. Of course, it's security, because they know the terrain of where they live. They are the closest to the people. And if given a role like that, I believe that monarchs will do it very well. Because just like government, monarchs will like their people to be secure. So security is very, very important to an average monarch. They will want the security of the people, the well-being of the people. And we have also tried within our town to be security conscious. In actual fact, it's interesting that the security summit was set up for April, and for us to make people in Gomosha and its environs to be security conscious. Unfortunately, we had moved it to June, you understand, before all of this happened. So I believe that the monarchs should have a role with the security of their people. And I believe also that they are the closest to the people. And so they know the terrain, they know the things that are happening in them and their domain. And of course, when they see unusual activities, they're the ones who can know.
What efforts do you think the federal and the state government are making in ensuring that these children are united with their parents?
Yes, of course. If you go on social media, you see a lot of things. But one thing that people should understand is that these bandits slaughtered on live video one of the teachers. This is something we have not experienced before. It's what we saw with another group outside the country. So that tells us the people we are dealing with, for the teachers to be slaughtered like that. And you have children who have been adopted. And we have, of course, teachers, people's mothers, people's fathers, people's children there. Because the instinct of a lot of people which of us are being inundated is that since they know where they are, why they don't go there. But this is what I want to have me say downstairs, is what I say to the people. With that message they have sent, if they could kill a person on such an unknown way like that, then we should know the kind of people we are dealing with. That if the military goes after them, or the police or whoever goes after them, they will surely kill as many people that have been abducted. And then there will be an uproar with the people that, they should have done something better. And there are people, while I was abroad and I was being briefed, some of our vigilantes and some of the people, I'm not so sure whether soldiers were there or policemen, when they got close to them, they detonated bomb or whatever they call it, IED and all of those things. And some people were wounded. You understand? Some of the vigilante people that we even have to go and visit them and give them money. And so it tells us that if they can do that, nearly 10 people are wounded. You understand? If they could detonate a bomb, you understand? And we have children that are there, you understand? And people's parents, people's husband, people's wife that are in that place. The collateral damage will not be too much. So they've sent a message with their action that we need to tread softly And you know what normally happens is that when you are in leadership, there's a lot that is being done. But until results are seen, it's as if nothing is being done. Like this weekend, the governor, Engineer Shinakide, was on the parade on Saturday. I was there on Saturday. Then the governor also came on Saturday. And on Sunday, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, sent a very powerful delegation, his chief of staff, national security advisors, minister for defense. A lot of them came, the inspector general of police. And I remember the NSA said something that this is something that has kept the president away. You know, once somebody is in leadership and you are leading people, whatever happens, their pain becomes your pain. Their troubles become your trouble. And I do not feel that our governor, our president are insensitive to all that is going on. But I understand people's anxiety. You understand? And we are all anxious. We have been troubled.
All right, Kabiyesi, today across major cities in Yoruba land, Abeokuta, Ibadan, Lagos, even here in Ogbomoso land, teachers, parents, and concerned citizens have thronged the street, and their request is wanting, and their demand is unified, and that is that the government should ensure that these children and their teachers were rescued as soon as possible and reunited with their families. Many even argue that the government has taken too much time in acting on this particular development. They accuse the government of being insensitive to the plight of these victims. What effort do you think the federal and the state government are making so far to ensure that these children do not continue to stay in this thick forest without any help coming their way?
This is a one-off thing that happens. It's not something that continuously happens. And what we will try to do, working with the government, is to make sure that security is beefed up in all our schools, in terms of patrol, in terms of police and security operatives presence in a lot of our schools. And I believe that Mr. President also have said that they are going to have 1,000 forest guards, which will not only man forests, they will man different schools. They will be manning and overseeing school security. Because the whole idea of the forest guard is for security of the town and security of schools and wherever they're needed. So it's for the parents to know that it is a challenging time, and the way to handle it is to be careful, but not to be afraid, not to send their children to school. Because now what they wanted to achieve, they will have achieved it. And so what we try to do is that the parents try as much as possible to be strong and have faith in the government and believe that they will do the best for them. And I believe that down the line, monarchs will also be given the necessary funding that is needed for community policing, vigilante groups to help in their community. Because if we have that, then in the Ogbomoso, for example, we have about 100 secondary schools and so many primary schools and all of those things. And so we can have people being deployed into the place. And this security presence is a deterrent.
Okay, now parents are becoming increasingly worried about sending their children back to school. They are not too sure what will happen to their children. As we speak now, all the schools in Oyo State are under lock and key. And even after they are reopened, chances are that many parents will be reluctant in sending their children back to school. What message do you have for these parents, Your Majesty?
Unfortunately, this has a negative impact on us as a town. And every town that has had incursions of bandits. And there is, because banditry sends fear to people. We have set up a security committee 3 years ago, which includes retired policemen, retired military men. And we've been working on it, and soldiers, and it's, of course, headed by a retired Real Admiral with AIGs. We are members of the committee. And we are putting together a major plan. And like I said earlier on, there's a plan to have a security summit. And the whole idea is to create, number one, security consciousness, and come up with ideas of how we can make our town more secure. And the security committee has been acting even before I became the king and I set up the committee. We have what we call OCC. We've taken security of this town very, very seriously, and we've been given money to it. So, for prosperity of any town, or any place, or any nation, any state, the major thing is first security. And we have to give kudos to the governor of Oyo State, Engineer Shemakinde. He has made security a major priority.
Thank you so very much, Your Majesty.
Those are kidnappers. They just kidnapped some people from this car. They are moving towards Ring Road side.
The kidnap of Adebayo Adelabo's sister and her 2 children caught on camera by a brave Nigerian. This is way too professional. This is not a random event. There is no way these guys mounted a roadblock here waiting for a victim to kidnap. No. They must have known that Adelabo's sister travels through this road every morning to drop her kids in school. So they waited for her. Immediately she arrived the area, they lifted her and zoomed off. So this will help the police to investigate and track the individuals involved. This is way too professional, like already said. It doesn't seem as if the people many think are involved in this are actually the ones that did it. Anyway, this is the price everyone pays when the country doesn't work for everyone. When Nigerians cry about a country that works for everyone, politicians see themselves as invincible. When they are in power, they are surrounded by bodyguards. They move around in long motorcades with cars blaring sirens where everyone will disappear from the road until they pass. As a matter of fact, when Tinubu is traveling by road, traffic is held around the area for upwards of 2 hours. So that creates that invincibility. He doesn't feel or experience what everyday Nigerian experiences. So when people talk about a country that works, they don't really understand it. They feel, it's working for me. I have bodyguards. They don't care if the average man on the street doesn't have any protection. So why not work towards a country that works for everyone? If it works for everyone, everyone will be better for it. It's so shameful that Nigerian politicians continue to chase shadows. They don't really understand that providing security in Nigeria can double Nigeria's GDP. It will improve productivity. Imagine how many people that are not able to travel just because of insecurity. Do you know how many businesses that close early just because they are afraid that it is getting dark, they don't want to be robbed, they don't want to be attacked?
So if there is security in Nigeria, there's a high chance that the GDP and productivity might triple or quadruple. So imagine on top of the security you have provided, there is constant, reliable productivity in Nigeria. You don't need to be running abroad, deceiving yourself that you are looking for foreign investors. No. If your people are not investing in your country, they are abandoning your country and running to foreign countries for greener pastures. Who is going to invest in your country? If your people don't believe in their product, a marketer that is trying to sell his own product, he doesn't believe in his product. Is it the customer that wants to buy that product that is going to believe in it? You have to eat your food first before offering it to another person to eat. If you don't believe in your food, why are you trying to sell it to another person? Governance is not rocket science. Nigerian politicians make it as if it is difficult. If any government fails in their primary responsibility, and what is that primary responsibility? To secure lives and property. If they are not able to do this, they have failed completely. It is nice that Nigerians are waking up. Many protesters were protesting the kidnap of 40-something children and teachers in Ogbomosho, Oyo State. They rejected rice that was given to them by a delegate that the federal government sent. So everything to them is about bribing people, giving them money or giving them palliative, but they never try to invest that money into actually working for the people. If you work for the people, why would they need rice? If you do the basic things you are supposed to do, people will be able to feed themselves on their own. Nigerians used to feed themselves on their own. They didn't need any palliative, but under the APC administration, especially under Tinubu, every time Nigerians are given palliatives, they budget billions just for palliatives. Every day you hear that they paid billions of naira into the accounts of poor people. Whether that is true or not, no one knows. So as Nigerians are waking up, they also have to make sure they get their PVCs and vote out all the people who are incompetent is required of a government. If they can't do that, they don't have any reason to be in power. So get your PVC, make sure you vote on election day and stand your ground and defend that vote. Because people that are not able to protect you and still have the audacity to tell you that they will win and come and campaign to you despite failing woefully, their only hope is to rig the election and buy your vote. So you have to reject them. And the only way you can reject them is to make sure you have your PVC, vote on election day, and stand your ground and defend that vote. And follow the vote to all the collation centers until all the results are announced the way you voted. That's the only way you will know that you get a government.
Hi, thank you very much, you guys. Appreciate the effort that we all put into this situation of the country. But just to speak quickly on the what I heard from the song for Uma show. I mean, it's just sad to see that he spoke that way because he used to live in the United States of America, and now he's the king of excuse me, he is a king in Ogbomoso, and now advising Nigerians to hold on, that the government is working and the children will be brought back. I mean, I think it's just a kind of insensitivity from him, but you know, Nigeria is a place where when you speak, people think that you don't know what you're talking about. But we'll just continue to see what we play out on this kidnapping situation, because ordinarily nothing is working. They tell you they are doing their best to get the children back to their family, but up until now we've not seen anything that is to that effect. So Nigerians, let's not be fooled, let's not be deceived. These guys know what to do to bring back these people back home. So let's continue to speak and lend our voice to people out there. There is the NDC second meeting going on where they'll be announcing those that won the primaries. So let's join them in that live broadcast. I'm just going to be sharing right away from YouTube on my browser here. So let's pay attention to this thing, to these guys.
because of this party being an act, there's nothing secret, but that every other person who is not a member can sit as an observer, but just take a few rows behind. Then everybody involved should come in front. That there's nothing secret at all about it. It's a family meeting. Please, those involved come to the forward. Then those who want to observe, just step out a bit. Step by the side.
Let me take a visual. Let me take visual.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
There shouldn't be service of meal. We want to concentrate on the business that have brought us here.
Hello, please be seated. Please sit down, take your seat. Take your seat. Welcome, sir. Take your seat. If you want to have any conversation, please go out. But for those who are members who are here, sit down. Even if you are not a member of NEC, we have allowed you to stay as an observer. We're a party for all, and there's no secret. Yes. Not finding me now. Not distracted. Continue our business of the day. Chairman Oyo, State Chairman Oyo, please be seated. Take your seat. Take your seat. No one should be standing or moving around. We are now in the business section.
Sorry.
And please be attentive. All right, Chairman.
Why now?
Well, by the
what you guys will not accept, you'll be doing to others.
All of us are having at least 2 to 1 or 1 each of the program. We are going, let us hereby called to order. Number 1 in our agenda is for us to adopt the agenda for today.
The agenda is reading and confirmation of previous minutes, reports from committees, resolutions, ratification of members, and our primary elections and appeal committees. We have the privilege of going into any other business. But I want to assure you that we want to make it speedy. We want to finish in time. Therefore, I put the question, for those of us that say the agenda for today be adopted, say yeah. Those against say no. The yes have it. Reading and confirmation of previous minutes of NEC, I will call upon the National Secretary of our party to take charge of that.
Summarize it. Don't read verbatim. Summarize issues that the first NEC dealt with, so that those who were not there, a number of them who were not there, will have an idea of the themes that were captured in our first discussion on the NEC. You don't need to read everything. All right. NDC. Minutes of our previous meeting. We recall that our first NEC took place on the 5th of March 2026. And here is a summary of the minutes of that meeting. I'm just going to say that on that day we had our own prayer at the national anthem, introduction of members present, welcome address by the national leaders. Then importantly, we had the presentation and adoption of the Constitution. The motion for the motion to adopt that Constitution was moved by Canada's NDC. And then thereafter, the presentation and adoption of the party organ was done. And then we nominated and adopted interim party officers, both for the National Working Committee and the chairman, vice chairman. We are properly presented, adopted at that meeting. Thereafter, we had an acceptance speech by then interim national chairman, and then we also on that date received and adopted the NDC 2027 election timetable, which we have followed. Then there was a resolution on that day on affirmative action for women, for youth, and for the disabled. The meeting that they ended with the vote of thanks was given by my humble self. Motion for adjournment was moved and seconded. Closing prayer was taken, and the national anthem. We closed the meeting with the national anthem. That is a summary of the minutes of that meeting. Thank you very much.
We have all heard the National Secretary giving us a summary of what transpired in our last meeting. For proper meeting order, I want to request that somebody that was one of our delegates that was in that meeting move for us to adopt the minutes. Yeah, Lagos State, go ahead. Yeah, there's an hand up there.
I think the Lagos State Government of NDC for the adoption.
Any seconder, yes, there is an hand. See the hand behind you, in front of you. No, see in front, there's a hand up. Walk front, just one. Okay.
I, Evangelist Mordecai Sunday Ibrahim, Chairman, Kaduna State, second the motion.
Well, I'm sure that there is no counter motion. Yet I want to put the question. For those that say we should adopt the minutes as have been read, say yes. Those against say no, they have it. Next, we have to take, and there are 3 motions to be taken for today. The first motion for this NEC to ratify all that the NWC was empowered to do on behalf of NEC as it concerns primary elections, union, congresses, on behalf of NEC. That was what we did. Now that we're in NEC have to ratify what has been done. And that motion will be taken by distinguished Senator Victor Obi, and it shall be seconded by Chief Barrister Freddy Owotonfa.
Your Excellency, our dear national leader and founder, Your Excellency Senator Henry Siriaki Dixon, or from a Pepe. The national chairman of our party, distinguished Senator Cleopas Moses Suohe, the deputy national chairman here present, Comrade Olatunde Ali, deputy chairman South, deputy national chairman South, the deputy national chairman North, Alhaji Sidi, Alhaji Dr. Sidi. Let me not take away a doctor. The national secretary of our great party, the workaholic secretary, who saw her, Barrister Ikenna Morgan, NEC. All the members of the National Working Committee of our party here present, distinguished senators, state chairmen, and all members of NEC that have gathered here. Senators, my colleagues who are here, both serving and former. My national leader, before I go to the motion proper, I would like to say that I was national chairman of APGA for 10 years. And within these 10 years, I was able to superintend over the conduct of primaries for elections 3 times, 2007, 2011, and 2015. At no time did I ever believe that a 3-month-old party would be able to handle the primaries that had to contend with so many aspirants came into the party within a space of 3 months. It's a great thing to see and a great thing to behold. Mr. Chairman, I have an assignment to do 2 motions in one. One is that from the report given to us, which we were all part of, this party had to do digital registration of members. This party had to do congresses to elect officials at the ward level, local government level, state level, and at the convention to elect national officers of the party. These congresses took place between 2nd of May and 9th of, and the convention and 9th of, on the 9th of May. 9th of May. 9th of May. All these things were successfully done. Officers were elected on the 9th of November at Los Angeles Event Center at our special convention for this exercise. All our national officers were elected. Leader Again, coming out from there, we had to prepare for nomination of our candidates for the various elections to be contested in 2027 across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. I want to say that we thank God Almighty that all these activities were successfully carried out by this party. For the primary elections to nominate our candidates, for the various positions, including the presidential candidates, the party produced a timeline in conformity with the timetable given by INEC, which was actually very choking. But this party pulled it through miraculously. These primaries were scheduled for 28th, 29th, and 30th of May, 2026, including the resolution of all disputes arising from each of the processes within timeline given by INEC. Therefore, National International Chairman, distinguished delegates to this NEC meeting, I will take this motion for ratification, these two motions in one, for the ratification of all the officers of this party elected at the congresses, from ward to local government to state, and finally at the convention, that all the officers elected by this party at the various tiers be ratified by this NEC. Number two is that I also move, Senator Victor OFR, Senator representing Central Senatorial District, hereby move that these officers elected be ratified by this NEC meeting. And then I move further that all the candidates elected at the various primaries, 28th, 29th, 30th of May, because it includes the presidential candidates. And all the resolutions by the appeals panel, which concluded the exercise on the 30th of May, in line with the INEC timetable, be ratified by this NEC. All our candidates, from House of Assembly to House of Representatives to Senate to governors and the presidential candidates, may this NEC move that we ratify all those candidates and all the decisions reached by the appeals panel and all the primaries conducted in the states. I hereby move. Thank you very much.
Our national leader, our chairman, I, Barrister Frederick Indorokeme Outorfa, National Vice Chairman, South-South, hereby second the motions moved for the ratification of all of our primary elections results and the appeal committee resolutions and all the other steps that have been taken and mentioned in the first motion, in the motion, that have successfully ended on the 30th of May, 2026. I so second. God bless you.
Those in favor that this motion stand, say yes. Yes. Those against it say no. They are not here. Yes, I have it. Congratulations. There is a second motion, and you should know there are other motions, but the next one
Because this party is a party that comes with innovation. And whatever our leaders releases must be documented. One of the things that we hear continuously from our national leader and our presidential candidate is party supremacy. And so a motion shall be officially moved to establish in this party supremacy, even before we get to government. And that motion shall be moved by no other person than Deputy Senate President in the 9th Senate, distinguished Senator Obi Omo Agege, and he shall be seconded by Mena Sarah, Alhaji Mena Sarah, National Financial Secretary. If he's not readily within the building, the distinguished Senator Tony Nwoye shall second that motion. Over to you, distinguished Senator.
Thank you. The national leader of our party, the national chairman of our party, the presidential candidate of our party, members of the National Executive Committee of this great party. I am Peter Obi Omo Agege. I come from Delta State. I rise to move this motion of party supremacy. Whereas, 1, the constitution of the NDC has provided in letters and in spirit for party supremacy in all of its activities, including party policies and directions. 2, it is the desire of the National Executive Committee NEC of our party, NDC, that these binding provisions and objectives be applicable to the President and his Executive Council when a government is formed. 3, that it is the further desire of NEC that the same be applicable to the activities of the National Assembly, members of the NDC, to members of the National Assembly, members of the NDC, of NDC extraction, that the same shall apply at the state level with the governor and his cabinet and membership of the state assemblies. Resolved accordingly, with recitals 1, 2, 3, and 4. I so move.
Clap your hands for the captain of the deciding officer. I now call upon distinguished Senator Tony Nwoye to second the motion.
Thank you, my dear national leader, Senator Seriaki Dixon, the national chairman of our party, the national secretary, other national working committee members, distinguished senators present, other protocol observed. My name is Dr. Tony Nwoye, representing Anambra North, a member of the party, a loyal member of the party. I hereby second this motion. Very apt, well articulated, as moved by my very senior colleague, Senator Olusegun Obi Omo Agege. I so second. Thank you very much.
Well, those of us in this NEC meeting that support this party supremacy motion, say yes. Yes. Those against this motion, say nay. Yes. The motion to explain that person that doesn't have participate. The last motion to be moved in this NEC is a motion that has to do with discipline. Discipline this time by organizations and support groups. NDC is unique. NDC is the father figure. NDC is the umbrella under which all of us are. Yes, there are individuals that will contest for election that have grown to a particular level in politics that will have their own support groups and organizations. But in the times that we are into, anything that doesn't have control have a way of causing disaffection. And this party wants order. And so this next motion is to see that every organization, every support group, whoever it is aligned to, that as far as the person is under NDC, you should know that this party is supreme. You should know that you will register your organization under the relevant directorate of the party and submit to its supervision. Not when party is going for campaign and people are doing one thing, you are doing another thing, as if there is competition. NDC is the sole authority. Every other NGO must function under the leadership and control of the party. And to move that motion is my reliable deputy, Comrade Babatunde Ali, Deputy Chairman, South, Fire for Fire Deputy, that God and the national leader has given to me. Over to you, sir.
NDC, the national leader of our great party. His Excellency, distinguished Senator Seriake Dixon, the capacity national chairman of our party, great leaders of this party currently serving in the Senate and those going back there, all leaders of this party, National Working Committee members, capacity state chairman. My name is Comrade Babatunde Francis Ali, Deputy National Chairman South of our party. I have this glorious privilege to move the following motion. While standing on existing protocol that might be left unmentioned, please note the following: that every support group, NGO, movement, or organizations associated to or with any individual or group in or under the Nigerian Democratic Congress NDC must function and be subjected under the relevant directorate of the party. They must be subordinated and operate under the party's guidance and control of the party's leadership. I so move.
Well, distinguished NEC members, part of this solution that is moved is even code of conduct for party officers, including me, that shall be drawn up by the party's national legal advisor. Code of conduct for party officers, so that even we too shall stand up, yes, act on it. All party officers across all levels.
As an addition to the part A of this motion, part B have that the code of conduct for party officials in NDC as shall be drafted are made available to officers of each party shall be strictly complied with by all officers of our great party to ensure discipline and leadership that this nation truly deserves. I so move.
To second that motion so that our women will not think that we have forgotten our affirmative action, I hereby call on one of our party officers, Lady Hanantu, to second that motion.
My able leader, Your Excellencies, distinguished senators, all protocol observed. My name is Benito Tonko. I am the Deputy National Welfare Secretary, and I second the motion.
Those in favor that all NGOs, support groups, systems must align to the control and leadership of the party, and that even party officers, a code of conduct be drawn by the Office of the National Legal Advisor to checkmate our individual activities as we carry the banner and toga of NDC. Those in support of this motion say yes. Yes. Those against say nay. They are not here. The ayes have it. The next thing we are going into is any other business. Number one, on any other business, there are certain innovations, yes, and number one among them shall be declared unto us by the national leader of this party. Therefore, let us put our hands together as we describe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman of NEC, and distinguished members of NEC. This announcement is in view of the processes that we have begun and ended in accordance with INEC's time frame, as difficult as it was. But you know, politics, by its very nature, makes it possible. It's competition. And once human beings compete, it generates tension, conflict, disagreements, misunderstandings. And as a party, there is need for us to respond to that. And how do we do it? At the core of all politics is about management and resolution of conflicts. That's the core. And we are mindful of that. So, after due consultation, our party is setting up a National Reconciliation Committee. A National Reconciliation Committee. The membership will be announced, which I will go through. But there will be a lot of people that will be co-opted. Leaders at different levels, at the zonal level, national officers, all of you will be co-opted to manage tensions, to manage hopes, aspirations, and ambitions that somehow were not realized. We respect those ambitions. We respect all persons, all members. And our belief is that all ambitions are equal and legitimate. and deserve fair treatment and respect. But the reality is that only one person can emerge at a given time for election in one election cycle. It doesn't mean that that person is better than others. It doesn't also mean that there will be no room for the others who didn't succeed today. So as a party, we are very much aligned with our duty to promote consensus building and to manage conflicts that are natural to elective politics. So that's note that after due consultation, our party has set up the National Reconciliation Committee with His Excellency, former two-term governor of Ebonyi State, former minister, and former senator, His Excellency Senator Sam Egu, CON, as chairman of that committee. He will be assisted by a vice chairman, a former governor of Kano State, and a former senator several times, His Excellency Senator Kabiru Gaya, the vice chairman. The secretary will be our national vice chairman, South, the indefatigable comrade. And I hear it's fire for fire. But on this assignment, it's going to be plea and plea and plea. No fire. Plead. That is Senator Babatunde Ali, comrade. He will serve as secretary. There are members drawn up from across zones, all zones, minimum of 2. And may I add, Mr. Chairman, that the chairman, the national vice chairman, they are available to be co-opted when they come to your states or your zones. The full list will be announced by the National Publicity Secretary. And I want to say that we thank all of you for accepting, thank them for accepting to serve, and we look forward to them getting reports from all the states and the national vice chairman guiding them in their zones. We want to talk to every single aspirant who is displeased. Because for some positions, because of the appeal of our party, there were aspirants that were up to 20 for one office. About 20. In fact, in the case of FCT, among Buhari Federal Constituency, 23. For some state assemblies, 10, 15. And yet, only one of them can emerge. And yet, we are a new party grappling with a lot of difficulty, a lot of challenges. Challenges that even older parties cannot meet up. But we want every member still to be in our party, no matter how they feel. So this committee will go around all the states. They will talk to everybody, no matter how high, no matter how low. Because this party is for all Nigerians. And for the other resolutions that we have all voted for, thank you all for understanding. Our presidential candidate, fortunately, is on the same page with us on the issue of party supremacy. Our party is not intended to be, our party is intended to be a national institution that will, hopefully by the grace of God, outlive all of us. We want to build a party like the ANC, as I keep saying. We want to build a party like the Democratic Party or the Republican Party in the US, or in the UK, the Conservative Party, or the Labour Party, or the Chinese Communist Party. We want to build a big institution that is more than the people that make it up. Not one man, not one movement. No. That's why we want to make a difference. So, as you will see, as this party consolidates and grows, you will see the party as an institution. And all of us will be working in that institution, playing different roles for the people of Nigeria. Both the generation that is here, all of us, and the generation yet to come. And to do that, we feel, and you have passed all the motions, I thank you for that. Any government produced by our party will implement the programs of our party, not your own individual programs. And this NEC will be meeting to discuss and formulate those programs. We'll lock the door, argue and disagree, agree, and once approved, every government, whether you are president, your ministers, in the National Assembly, as governors, your assembly, every local government chairman, all the way down. And it will be an act of misconduct, gross misconduct, if you deviate. So that we can have a clear roadmap for us and for the future. So that's all. Fortunately, presidential candidate and all of us are on the same page. That's about policies and programs. About appointments and involvement of people. No one elected on the platform of this party will get into power, lock the door, and run a one-man show. We won't allow that. We won't allow that. That is the major bane of our politics. People work for you in their communities, in their polling units, in their wards, in their local governments, in their states, and then it is children of elected people, children of presidents, children of governors, wives, and friends. In fact, sometimes even opponents that you defeated, that will now own a government. We will not allow that to happen. We will not.
Yes,
so all nominations, appointments, governors, yes, you have your powers, you can have your personal people appointed, but party positions, key positions, the party, this NEC, for the national, this NEC will ensure that the input of our stakeholders in the various states and local governments and wards are obtained. At the state level, same thing. It's not going to be one man you put in power and then he fills the old seat all and drives everybody. In fact, the people who put in the drive them away. That is at the root of political instability in this country. So many are victims. And that's why parties will not last, parties will not be strong. We promote personality cult and personality strength and personality rule at the expense of institutional growth and development of the party. And when people get angry, they form a coalition. And that results in instability. We don't want to be like that. We want to correct that. In this our party, if you're a governor, you're a governorship candidate, you need to note that these chairmen are not spare tires. Nobody will work. Stakeholders that will make you win are not going to the spare tires in your government. They are going to the active participants. And this party will back them to ensure that their input is taken into consideration. Nobody will stop you from doing their work. But there must be a realization that you are a product of the NDC. And the NDC stands for values and ideals. We have done all of that, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. And please get ready to receive the reconciliation committee. Let us know flashpoints in your state, people who are angry and displeased and whose aspirations were not met now. Let us know those that need to be spoken to. And there are, Mr. Chairman, that even at your levels, at the state level, consult your stakeholders and leaders and set up the local reconciliation committees. Well, no one knows your terrains more than you. And do that. And the other people that you think the national should contact, let us know. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield the floor to you.
Well, it is the desire of the national chairman that the remarks that have been made by our national leader should be the closing remarks of this lecture. Do we agree? It is on that note I want to call on my distinguished senior colleague, distinguished Senator Kechi Nwogu, to open the motion for adjournment for this lecture.
Just for others to know, by our constitution, there are others who ought to be here as members, statutory members of this thing. Because of this election, primaries and challenges, and people are away, some of them are not here. The next thing, Secretariat, make sure you follow the constitution of the party and extend proper invitations. For example, I'm not seeing our sitting house members. So that next time, all those who, by our constitution, are statutory members, should be properly invited and communicated. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency.
The national leader, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Seriaki Dixon, the founder of the most populous party, I would say, in Nigeria today. Our national chairman, distinguished Senator Cleopas Moses, my distinguished colleagues here, Senator Victor Umbe, the National Secretary, the Deputy Senate President, my brother, distinguished Senator Omo Agege. Let me use this opportunity to thank the state chairman, especially my own state chairman from Abia State, Chief Akon Atuloma, and his executives. Having gone through everything on the list on today's second National Executive Council meeting, having exhausted all that are listed for today's deliberation, I, Senator Nkechi Justin Nwogu, CON, hereby move that this meeting stands closed. Senator, I here move. Thank you.
Our national treasurer that is seated beside our beautiful, distinguished mother, please, you have the floor for second motion.
The national leader of our great party, the national chairman, national secretary, standing on the existing protocol, standing before you is Dr. Oniga Peter Obi, the national treasurer of our great party.
You're on to GTV Africa from Abuja. For those that are yet to subscribe to GTV Africa, can you subscribe so that you have benefit of having live activities at all the time. For those of you that are coming for the first time, GTV Africa always bring to you live activities. Subscribe to GTV Africa for more other stories that will be coming to you. More interviews will be coming your way, I promise you.
Let's rise up for closing.
Hello, Nabi. نشكرك المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم الله لا إله إلا هو الذي يشفعونه الا باذنه يعلم ما بين ايديهم وما خلفهم ولا يشركون بشيء من علمه الا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والارض.
Thank you very much, guys, for watching. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much. This is the NDC second NEC meeting. They were supposed to announce the result of the primary election, like we heard, but nothing is announced yet. We will see how this plays out in the coming days. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is Naija Political Break.
Thank you, Father, for that.
Subscribe,
and thank you
share,
for where you are taking us.
so that our voices can go far and we also can have current news. We hope to see you in our next broadcast. Thank you. And have a wonderful day.
The first verse.
Say
National
bye
anthem, first verse.
for now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate the time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. We honestly appreciate all of the time and the effort that has been put into most of this broadcast. Remember that all that we are actually doing here is to ensure that we have a safe country. Nigeria is in the hands of kidnappers. Nigeria now, we're not even sure if Nigeria is in the hands of the leaders, because as it sits right now, the leaders are basically saying different things from what the people are saying. And so we encourage Nigerians to do their best, continue to share our videos, continue to like our videos. And we hope to bring you current news, current events as they unfold. It's our prayer that those children that are being kidnapped will be returned back to will be rescued and then taken back to their family. Let nobody deceive you. The government has power. They have everything to rescue those children. And so Nigeria, election is around the corner. Go get your PVC. And if you feel anything is happening that you don't like, with the INEC conduct, you can just make your voices heard out there. But we hope and pray that the country gets better, the country gets well, because no nation should be like Nigeria. No nation thrives where evil is being allowed to foster. So Nigerians, arise, speak, don't stop speaking, continue to speak, and let us all put our voices together and call out our various governments. Until we come your way again, let's listen to Ayo Adebanjo, of blessed memory, when he told Nigerian youth to take their destinies into their hands and not allow these criminals to ever take over their country. So let's see this from Ayo Adebanjo.
Lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria. Don't take it lightly. You are fighting for your freedom. It's not another election you're having. If Obi does not win, forget Nigeria.
Thank you very much, guys. That's Ayo Adebanjo of blessed memory. Until we see you again on this broadcast. Bye. Have a blessed day. until we see you again. Bye.